Wow.
But recently I just don't care. I'm a new bitch with a new style, got a new car and a new house, and I'm dyeing my hair. And I finally feeling up now, and I bleach my eyebrows, and now I just don't care. I don't care, and I don't care. Who did you think?
Singapore, city-state located at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula, about 85 miles north of the equator. It consists of the diamond-shaped Singapore Island and some 60 small islets. The main island occupies all but about 18 square miles of this combined area. The skyscrapers, nightlife, cleanliness, and beautiful architecture make Singapore ideal for anyone to enjoy. Singapore is a massive city and country with so much history and interesting Singapore facts to learn. The symbol of Singapore is the merlion, a creature that is half lion and half fish. Lion's head, the body of a fish. It seems legit, right? Well, it is Singapore's symbol and official mascot. It isn't a real mythical creature. It was designed by British ichthyologist Alex Fraser-Brunner in 1964 for the Singapore Tourism Board. The fish represents Singapore's humble origins as a fishing village called Temasek, later renamed Singapura or Lion City, thus explaining the lion's head. Singapore has a lot of little islands. Singapore is one small island itself, but did you know there are a bunch of other islands and islets that make up Singapore? 62 others, to be exact. Some were created by land reclamation, a lot of land reclamation. Since 1965, Singapore's land area has increased by 23%, 50 square miles. Singapore is also referred to as the Garden City. You may think of Singapore as a skyscraper-ridden megacity, but that's not true. Singapore is dedicated to greening efforts and is recognizable for its tree-lined streets and an increasing number of rooftop gardens and green buildings overflowing with tropical plants. It's a vision of the future. Hawker centers are the best place to eat local Singapore food. Eating at a hawker stand is one of the best things to do on any Singapore itinerary. 1000% true. Singaporean cuisine is unreal. Regional Chinese dishes like lor mee and Hainanese chicken, Indian dali sets, Malay favorites like nasi goreng, and a whole bunch of other amazing tantalizing delights can be found at Singapore's hawker centers. The forerunner to the food court, these places have dedicated outlets for stalls, each one with a health rating and plenty of tables, chairs, and benches. Singapore is home to the best airport in the world. Changi Airport is currently ranked as the world's best airport. Not only that, but it has won this accolade for the 7th year running since 2013. It's honestly insane. The $500 million 2019 renovations include a trampoline, giant slide, indoor forest, the world's tallest indoor waterfall, cinema, and swimming pool. The tagline makes sense, more than an airport. Singapore held the world's first Formula One night race. The first night race in the world was held at Marina Bay Street Circuit for the 2008 FIA Formula One World Championship. That's because because the daytime temperatures are just too hot for sitting in a car and all that get up, and for sitting in a crowd watching those racers zoom around. But actually, it's for the benefit of European viewers. Singapore has the world's highest percentage of millionaires. Incredibly, this isn't China. The United States may have the most millionaires, but Singapore has the highest percentage. 1 out of every 6 households boasts at least $1 million in disposable wealth. One of those rich and wealthy Singapore facts to know. Singapore also owns the second tallest indoor waterfall. Singapore is also the home of the second tallest indoor waterfall at 35 meters in height. Hence, Gardens by the Bay's cloud forest holds the record of the tallest indoor waterfall until rain vortex's opening on April 17, 2019. Singapore has more tourists than local citizens. The tourism industry contributes a big part of Singapore's growth. She welcomes to 18.5 million international tourists every year. In other words, the tourist headcount is much more than the local population of 5.7 million. Singapore is the world's second largest gambling hub. Furthermore, the country emerged as Asia's new gambling destination due to its big casinos such as Marina Bay Sands Casino and Resort World Sentosa Casino. The lavish Marina Bay Sands 15,000 square meters. Casino features almost 500 gaming tables, 1,600 slot machines known by the locals as jackpot machines, as well as more than 30 private gaming rooms. In the casino's own words, Marina Bay Sands offers a vast selection of the newest and most popular electronic gaming machines worldwide.
Talking about world-class cities and hubs, Singapore epitomizes all the characteristics of a smart city much before the term was being used by urban planners. Indeed, no visitor to the city-state is left without being amazed at the machine-like precision and the equally efficient manner in which Singapore operates. Right from mundane activities such as garbage collection to the more serious aspects such as allocation of housing and water supply, including city transport and other urban management initiatives, Singapore is administered with an efficiency that is enabled by automation, as well as guided by trained humans in charge of the processes. In 1965, when it was first a colony of the British and then under Malaysian control, Singapore was a backwater that was ill-developed and remained stuck in the low-income trap. However, once it became independent and its founder, Lee Kuan Yew, took over, it rapidly transformed itself from being a third-world backwater into a first-world city-state. This remarkable transformation was done in a ruthless manner by Yew and his cabinet, most of whom shared his passion and vision. The former British colony has developed into a hub through which some of the world's largest companies reach across Southeast Asia by utilizing the city republic's location, infrastructure, workforce, legal system, and business-friendly environment. This small little dot has a remarkable sphere of influence across the region given its modest size of 697 square kilometers and a population of under 6 million people. As a commercial and military seaport during the British colonial era, Singapore's infrastructure has always been well developed. After Singapore gained independence in 1965, the post-colonial government went on to improve and expand the country's transport, communications, industrial, and housing systems. By land, Singapore is served by 9,310 kilometers of paved roads, 200 kilometers of rail mass rapid transit and light rail combined, as well as island-wide bus, taxi, and rideshare operations. The transport system is efficient, safe, and punctual. Singapore's strategic position at the confluence of the East and the West has established the city-state as an important hub for global trade. Its geographic location enables easy access to markets in Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Myanmar. Even back in 2011, Singapore's seaport was linked to 600 other ports in 123 countries via 200 shipping lines, and Singapore's Changi Airport was ranked amongst Asia's top 5 for air cargo, being served by over 6,100 weekly flights connecting to 210 cities in 60 countries. Transport within Singapore is mainly land-based. Many parts of Singapore, including islands such as Sentosa and Jurong Island, are accessible by road. The other major form of transportation within Singapore is rail. The mass rapid transit, which runs the length and width of Singapore, and the light rail transit, which runs within a few neighborhoods. The main island of Singapore is connected to the other islands by ferry boat services. There are 2 bridges which link Singapore to Malaysia, the Causeway and the Second Link. McKinsey's Urban Transportation Report ranks Singapore's transport system world's best overall based on 5 criteria: availability, affordability, efficiency, convenience, sustainability. Singapore also has one of the most cost-efficient public transport networks in the world, according to a study by London consulting firm Credo. With the emergence of driverless vehicles, Singapore is now among the favorite locations for autonomous vehicles development testing location for the big players in the automotive industry. As the population is expected to grow to more than 6 million people by 2030, the government is improving the existing transport network by building a new terminal and runway at Changi Airport, extending and increasing the reliability of the mass rapid transit system, opening more cycling paths, and launching EV sharing and taxis, amongst other initiatives.
Singapore is known for being a very safe place, thanks to its strictly enforced laws. It is important to know and understand laws that may not be considered a problem in your own country. So I have put together this video to help you avoid confusion and misunderstanding. Be respectful. Always ask permission before taking photos of people, and do not take photos of women you don't know. Singapore is very conservative, so stay appropriately dressed. Always remove shoes before entering temples. Singapore's MRT is the most efficient and fastest way to get around. I love the transport system. It is so fast and so easy to navigate. Most of Singapore's tourist hotspots are within walking distance from the MRT stations. I didn't use taxis because I find them quite expensive. Do not jaywalk. Jaywalking means reckless illegal crossing of pedestrians on roads. Again, you could be fined if you're caught jaywalking. Carry cash. It can come in very useful in Singapore, as it's full of vending machines, which gives you access to lots of snacks, laundry, food and beverages. Please don't litter. You will notice how clean Singapore is. It is very impressive, and here is why. Even dropping the smallest bit of trash can cost you a fine of up to $300, going up depending on what you drop and where you drop it. Singapore is a very humid place with tropical weather.
We're lost in the way, cause the dreams bring back and the memories, and the memories bring back, yo. There were times that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever, and it's